today. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here come the Bears, and at the helm is someone that they have a lot of hopes for leading this franchise. The 11th pick in 2021 out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 16 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
Back to Montgomery on second down.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
The Bears had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They were losers their last time out, trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home, but sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
This defense for the Vikings, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
On second down, Montgomery. A great move by Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Fields now to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
So they get the conversion on 4th, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10.
A great move by Montgomery.
And they'll get this down to the 10. 62 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. He'll buy some time right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Bears get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but
and we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the...
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins is back for his 5th year as Minnesota's starter, tied for the longest streak of stability the team has had at quarterback since, get this, Fran Tarkenton in the late 1970s. He's been excellent during that time, making a 2nd Pro Bowl last season after 4,200 yards and 33 touchdowns through the air. The Vikings, though, still hovering right around 500 at the 8-win mark, hoping to see him lead a talented roster back to the postseason.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Cousins to throw it.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Cousins throw there taken in by Smith. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Cousins throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, this jet sweep is so popular now in football, but Charles, here's the downside, a turnover.
Yeah, because you want so badly to get the ball in the hands of your receivers, let him try and create something. I think that when he took the handoff, he was thinking something big. Instead, he didn't feel the pressure, and the ball came free.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, deep.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Zadarius Smith tracks him down away in the backfield for a loss of 16. The 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Once more, Montgomery.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
David Montgomery, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
And now out comes Minnesota.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now if the ball comes out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. On 2nd and 9, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Well, CD, that's the 2nd time this half they put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Throwing, Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Vikings have cut it back within a score.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Joseph connects on the extra point,
and that'll make our score 14-7. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen, fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And now they're in the hurry-up. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery.
91 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Fields.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here as we'll head down to our
message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. This fielded right at the goal line.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Santos with the extra point. And it's now 21-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Here comes Pettis on the return. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. Still 9 remaining on second down. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Evades him at the 20. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 102 yards on the ground so far for Montgomery. It's a first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And this will be a Bears first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second.
And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Fields. Looks for the out route, and it's complete to Komet. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Komet. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Eluding the pressure right. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Play action. It's Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bears. Darnell Mooney from 13 yards out. And the Bears will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Santos now to add the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And finishing it all off was Darnell Mooney with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them. Taking it right down Broadway. The 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. Vikings. Dalvin Cook. 76 yards. And the Vikings are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot. Up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Following the interception, Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. 2nd and 4. Cousins gives way to Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Cousins now. Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
2nd down and goal. Fields looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From the 6. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Now Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Cousins now from the 50. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Again, it's Cousins. It's caught. Smith. No gain on the play. And it's second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Throwing again on second down. Cousins. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Cousins. Oh, had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Cousins to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll run for it. Cook. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Come on now, let's do this. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Bears, they move back over 500.